Okay, so for this critique, you're going to want to follow the 4-step critique process, which is like a 6 to 7 minute process, and it has 4 steps. The first step is you want to make observations about the flyer, and you're going to want to just look at it and observe and, just think about what you see. And I'm just going to sit here and just watch like where your eyes go on the flyer and stuff. And so that's 30 seconds. And then step 2, you're going to share reactions about the flyer, like what you thought was good. And you're going to want to give just like honest opinions and add your explanations as to why you thought what you did. And I'm just going to listen and like describe my message to my audience and just, do stuff like that. And then for step 3, you're going to want to analyze the message. So first, you're going to want to know what the message is, and you're going to want to like relate to it and be able to understand it. And like if you were the audience, would you want to read this flyer and would you understand the full thing? And just give me more feedback on that, and I'll just offer like design alternatives. And then for step 4, and that one was 2 minutes. And then for step 4, you're going to critique the design for 2 minutes and then just share opinions and reviews from the checklist and see if there's anything I could add or remove or something that I forgot and could be added. And then I'm just going to just take notes on that and just, just go through that feedback. So that's the 4-step process. And then there's like the key questions, the message, the audience appeal, white space grouping, alignment, focal point and flow, contrast, typography, 1 varied or 2 contrasting fonts, and then repetition and rhythm, and gestalt, which is parts equaling as a whole. And then for the project 1 flyer requirements, all text used is like small body copy. And then the logo used, but not for title, 1 proportional image, no widows or hyphens, an effective title, and 1/2-inch margins. So that's what you're going to want to remember and keep in mind when I show you my flyer and when you critique it.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go. You ready to start?
Yep.
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay, so the first thing I see is a very large picture with the title, which is good. It's very eye-catching. Mm-hmm. And then I like how it says, "Do you want a competitive edge in business?" Because I'm just like, yeah, I do. Because it asks a question, and I think it asks a good one, especially to whoever the audience is targeted for. I'm sure that the question is targeted for that audience, so it's very eye-catching, and and it answers, it asks the question to the audience so that the audience is able to go down more, because it asks a question, it draws the reader in more, and so therefore they want to read the flyer. What else? I like the overlay you got going on with the Graduate Leadership Conference. Logo at the bottom's nice, because then you see who has sponsored it or whatever. Date and time, I think, should be a little bit bigger, because if you're seeing this in the hallway or something, or the corkboard or something like that, and you're probably just walking by, you want to see it pretty big so that maybe if you don't have time to read it, you can be able to see it, and then you're like, oh, maybe I should go to that thing, So, that is one thing that I would maybe change about the flyer is just the size of the time and date and stuff like that, and the event venue. So yeah.
Okay. And then my message. Okay. We'll move on to the next one.
Let's analyze the message.
Okay. So for my flyer, it was pretty clear, like, what you could, like, get out of this and who the audience was, right? And then so
yeah.
Okay. So for the audience, it's obviously college graduates, if you can tell, right? That's what like that's what you would assume.
As graduates. However, by the picture, I'm like, well, are they graduates? Because they just look like people who are going to church because, you know, they got their Sunday attire on. I think that maybe you should change up the picture. Maybe have a college graduate, like, you know, in their cap and gown, because then it says, I mean, like, the message is purely a graduate.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. And then the message is pretty clear, right, from what you read.
The question, yeah.
Or like the heading or the title.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. So I just wanted it to be clear that it was like a seminar type thing, and like you get something out of like what you're doing.
Right.
By the title, like, do you want a competitive edge in this? Yeah. And then also with the leadership conference, I didn't want to make that like the focal point of it because I wanted it to be known that it was like the specific audience for it, because I felt like that was slightly more important because I feel like people are interested in leadership conferences, but if it's your like age group, you're gonna mostly go towards that. Like
right.
John. And so that is what I wanted to go with. Is there any like other like alternatives that you think that I could like do or have?
I think that it's pretty good. Yeah, I think that the message from the title is pretty clear that it's a leadership conference for graduates or people who are graduating. So I wouldn't really change much about it except for like maybe the picture. So
right.
More clear. More clear, yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely change the picture with that because it is, I guess that is a little confusing.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. With that. And then on to the fourth one. That's just like sharing opinions and review the checklist.
Okay. So
and like what I can do to improve.
Right. Okay. So again, the picture not very. I mean, it's pretty confusing. Right. The overlay is nice with the graduate leadership conference. I think that because there are like the big block of text, you know, like is like one of the first things that my eyes are drawn to besides the picture. And I think that when you're making a flyer, you need to make your points very succinct. So just keep it pretty short, because if I'm reading a flyer or like I'm passing through the hall and I see a flyer and I go up to it, I don't want to be standing there for a little bit just reading the flyer, because then it's like, one, kind of embarrassing, and two, you know, trying to save some time here because I'm a student.
Right.
Yeah. The next thing I would say is I don't really understand the little, like the 6 little squares at the top. I don't know if that's just for like aesthetics or whatever. Personally, I don't think it's necessary. But that's just me. What else? I think adding maybe like a who, what, where, why thing would be good. So who, graduating seniors, where, the Lincoln Convention Center, and then also add a when. So when, you know, October 21st, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. What is it? A leadership conference, and then why, so that they can earn a competitive edge in business. So I think that that's one of the things that you could definitely add to make it more clear, and so that they won't be reading your flyer for ages.
Right. All right. Thanks. Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you for your feedback. and critique. I will definitely consider some of the stuff that you told me. Anyways, thank you.